Hello and welcome to the Carolinas Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers Virtual College Fair. We're so excited to have you participating in this event today. My name is Jennifer and I will be your facilitator. We have some fantastic schools. I can't wait for you to learn all about them. But before we get started, I have a few housekeeping announcements for you. Your camera and microphone are off, so the panelists cannot see or hear you. However, you can use that Q&A button on your screen to type your questions to our presenters at any time. You can leave a general question to hear a response from all of our panelists, or you can direct your questions to a specific school by including the name of the school with your question, so the representative will know you're hoping to hear from them. This is just one of many different sessions that are happening for transfer students in North and South Carolina. We hope that you have checked out the schedule, enjoyed a previous round, and are going to join us for another round of presentations following this as well. It's not too late to sign up. You can head to the website where you registered for this, strivescan.com/Carolinas, to sign up. Also know that this presentation, like all presentations, are being recorded. They will be available in a few days' time at the same website where you registered, strivescan.com/Carolinas. I'm happy to welcome our first school that's going to be starting us off today, and that will be the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for taking the time to just spend a little bit with us as we talk to you a little bit about our institutions and about the transfer process. I represent UNC Chapel Hill, and we are considered the nation's first public institution. And since our inception, we've been working to make sure that we are public. We are proud to be public. We're considered a Tier 1 mid-sized research institution with about 19,000 undergraduate students. However, we're able to offer a lot of the small campus feel on our campus. 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, and the vast majority of our courses are fewer than 40 students. In fact, as a transfer student, you're going to be completing a lot of your first year requirements and your gen eds, so you're going to be able to get access to a lot of smaller classrooms. We have a huge amount of opportunities for students to pursue any type of program they're wanting. The vast majority of our majors are within our College of Arts and Sciences. However, you can pursue a professional school program within the School of Business, Nursing, or any of the ones that we mentioned here. When thinking about opportunities on our campus, we want to make sure that transfer students have every opportunity that any other student happens to have. And so you will get the opportunity to participate in original research. If you want to study abroad, we have programs that are from 2 weeks to a semester to an entire year. Internships that are global as well as local. And so you can also have that opportunity to have that experience under your belt. Also, we know that not only is it the academic aspects that are important to students, but also we want to make sure you're making connections outside of the classroom. And so we do have a good number of opportunities for you to get involved in interest-based organizations, Greek life, intramural sports, professional organizations. So we want to make sure you're finding that balance inside the classroom as well as outside the classroom. We do offer a cool program if you're a North Carolinian. At one of our partner community colleges called the C-STEP program. And in that program, students are actually agreeing to attend a 2-year school for 2 years, and then they're guaranteed a spot at Carolina as a junior transfer. It's important to note with our application process that we are holistic. There is no specific formula for our university. We want to make sure that we review everything you provide to us before we make a decision. We are a common application school. And with that, there is an $85 application fee. However, we do offer application fee waivers, and we do accept NACAC fee waivers for students who need one. We do ask that students complete a residency application with their application to UNC, and that's required for any student who is planning to attend a North Carolina school and receive North Carolina tuition. It's important to let us know what you're doing outside of the classroom. We know that COVID has made an impact on students, but this could also include family responsibilities, jobs, extracurriculars at school, outside of school, really letting us know what you're doing outside of the classroom. We do ask for some writing samples, and that really allows us to get a feel for your voice. It really allows us to know kind of what your presence is going to be like in the classroom. We do ask for one letter of recommendation from a core area. We do not require testing. However, if you feel like it's going to be something that shows you in a positive light, feel free to provide it to us. We're happy to review those. Then we do require a letter or a transcript from all previous colleges attended, as well as your high school transcript, to be able to review your application. We ask that students complete their application by February the 15th. Unless you're applying to a professional school like nursing, they may have a different application deadline. Please look on their website in case there is a difference. We also ask students to go ahead and complete their CSS profile in addition to their FAFSA form. This is what we use to award institutional aid to our students. It's also what we use to award the Carolina Covenant, which is a great program that allows students to graduate from Carolina debt-free, whether you're an in-state student or out-of-state student. We will let you know your decision by early April, and then you have until May 15th to let us know if you'd like to enroll. Again, the affordability factor, we want to make sure that if you earn your spot at Carolina, you have the ability to attend, and that cost is not something that keeps you from attending. We are committed to meeting your demonstrated need. And again, the vast majority of our students will actually graduate with no federal debt at all. We just have to have you complete those two forms, the FAFSA and the CSS profile. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us or just to let me chat with you. These are our contact informations, and you can also just find us on at admissions.unc.edu. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a good evening.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brian, for sharing University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill and for starting us off as the first presentation tonight. The next school we're going to learn about is Methodist University.
All right, hello. Thank you for coming and joining us tonight. I'm the representative from Methodist University. My name is Bryce Kephart, and I am an alumni. I graduated in 2020, so right as COVID started, as a lot of you are still going through today. So this is a little bit about Methodist. We started in 1956 as a Methodist college. And then 2006, we changed from Methodist College to Methodist University. As you can see, some of our different colleges that we have here. We also have graduate programs on campus and online. The Masters of Business and Health Administration are both online programs. And then the Masters of Medical Science and Physician Assistant, Occupational Therapy, and Physical Therapy are all on-campus programs. We have approximately 2,100 students on campus, and that includes our day program, undergrad, online, and graduate programs. So we are a small campus. We're located in Fayetteville, North Carolina. We have over 80 different academic programs that you could major in. And because we are such a small school, we're able to offer about a 12-to-1 student to faculty ratio. Here's some of our top programs that we offer that most students are interested in: biology, anything in business, computer science, criminal justice and forensics, exercise and sports science, our engineering program, and then a lot of our health sciences, so like kinesiology with our pre-physical therapy, nursing, and then we also have golf management, which is probably our biggest program. And we do have an 18-hole golf course on campus. Not many schools have that. And then sport management is another one. We offer a tutoring center and a writing center as part of your tuition when you pay that. So you can go at any time to get any help that you need. There's always a list posted on the outside of the tutoring center with who the tutors are, what times the tutors are in there, and what subjects they're tutoring. Here's the student profile from the class that we just brought in. So you can see how many applicants there were, how many we got accepted, and then how many ended up enrolling. The average GPA was a 3.58, and then you can see what the middle test scores were as well. Our admissions process is very easy. We use CFNC, so there's no application fee. You don't need any essays or letters of recommendation. All we need is your official or unofficial copies of all the colleges that you've attended and your final high school transcript. And then you have a semester, if you enroll here, to get us those official copies, so you can be accepted on those unofficials. We're also test optional, which doesn't always apply to transfers, but if you want to submit one, you can, especially if you have under 31 semester hours at your current college. Here is our scholarship charts for transfers. Whether you're a resident, you can see with different GPAs what you would be eligible for as far as scholarships go. And if you're a commuting transfer student, which means you live within 60 miles of Methodist, you can see what you would be eligible for as far as scholarships go with that. Methodist graduates rank in the top 20 to 25% from all North Carolina graduates from a four-year college and an average salary after 10 years of graduating. You can see the average cost of financial aid is right around $18,000. And then scholarships and financial aid, 97% of Methodist students receive financial assistance, whether that's through the FAFSA or scholarships or both combined. The FAFSA is already opened, you can fill that out. Outside scholarships can also be a huge help. There are tons of sources out there. So I definitely recommend hitting those as hard as you can, whether you're a transfer, grad student, or anything else. Here is my contact information, so you can feel free to reach out to me. We do it by alphabet, but you can reach out to any of the counselors that are listed on our website. Thank you for joining us tonight, and I hope you guys have a good night.
Thank you so much, Bryce, for presenting at Methodist University. Just a reminder to our attendees, don't forget, we have the Q&A button where you can leave questions for any of our representatives to answer at any point throughout the presentation. And we hope that you'll ask something that's really pressing for you so you can learn more, because 6 minutes flies by. This is just a sneak peek, and there's so much more every single one of these schools has to offer. All right, we are now going to be learning about St. Andrews University.
Hi, good evening. Thank you for being here. Like everybody else, we really appreciate your time and what you're doing here, seeing the schools and everything. I'm Bob Bell. I'm the director of St. Andrews University in Pinehurst. We're a satellite location of St. Andrews. And 30 years ago, we coordinated with Sandhills Community College to allow the St. Andrews, the Sandhills students who were getting their associate degree to continue on and get their bachelor's degree, and we've expanded from that. Let's see. All right. Want to talk a little bit, let's talk a little bit about St. Andrews. We've been around for 125 years. We've got 21 majors, 21 minors also. We are on the southern side of North Carolina, right on the South Carolina border. And we have 27 varsity sports. We also have three equestrian intercollegiate teams, and they are national. We've had national champions in those three teams. As you can see, we've got a 300+ acre equestrian area, and so that is a it's big. The equestrian area is actually bigger than our campus, which is a really nice area to go visit. Again, our residential campus, if you're interested in transferring to that, We've got, it's the traditional college experience. Again, 21 majors, 27 varsity sports, and like I said, 3 nationally ranked equestrian teams. Now, my area is the Pinehurst campus, and we're in Pinehurst, North Carolina, a little north of Laurinburg. And here we have both commuters and online. Right now, the majority of our folks are online. Our online classes are 8-week classes. So you can, our next set of classes are starting on Monday. But if you want to start, if you're starting if you're looking in the spring, our spring classes will start 1st of January and go till March. And then we'll have another set of classes that start in March. And for us, I work with non-traditional students. These students come from all walks of life. Some of them have just come through high school and gone into the community college and gotten their associate degree. Others have, been out in the working world and decided to change their career path. Last year, one of our students had been in the medical field, working at a doctor's office for 20 years. She decided she wanted to be a teacher. And so she went, she came to school, took our classes, went on and has gotten her teaching certificate and is now teaching elementary school children. It's just a great opportunity for folks to look at what they want to do and where they want to go and what they want to be. And again, we have the majority of our classes are online. They work with folks that are working people. They have families that have, just lots of things going on. So, being online helps, but we also have, have in-person classes to make that available. The Pinehurst campus, our degrees are business administration, health services administration. Our education field is spectacular. It's really fun to see the students when they start student teaching, when everything lights up in their eyes and they learn, they show what they're learning. We have psychology, sports management, interdisciplinary studies. We also have the ability to take folks who have already gotten their bachelor's degree and decide they want to make a little change and go into teaching. We can help them get their teaching certificate. So we've got that program worked out. We have RN to BSN. So if you've gotten your RN degree, associate degree, you can go on and get your bachelor's degree. We also have the master's MBA, as well as the Master's of Arts Education. We have small classes, and they're taught by professional faculty. Get your phone out. If you want to come for a visit, look at that. To apply, you just need to use that QR code. And here's our information.
Yeah, we've hit the end, so I'm glad you've got that contact information out there. And I also hope you'll add it to the chat so that our students and attendees can grab that.
Absolutely.
Great, thank you so much. We are moving on, and our next school will be Florida International University.
Thank you. 1 second. All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Jahar Graham. I am the Assistant Director of Admissions at FIU, and I work specifically with transfer students. So I'm particularly excited to be here. So FIU is the #1 state university in Florida. We're located in sunny South Florida. So we're in Miami, all the way at the bottom. So we are the 4th largest public university in the country. So FIU is a large university, but we do have a 27-to-1 student to faculty ratio. So it's not all only like auditorium classes, I promise. There are over 200 different major choices to choose from. We have everything from bachelor's degrees to doctoral programs. We do have a College of Medicine, a College of Law. Our law school is #1 in the state of Florida as well. So we're very proud. Our students have the highest bar passing rate. We are a Tier 1 research institution, so there are a lot of hands-on activities. We do have 18 D1 NCAA sports and over 250 clubs and organizations to join, which we'll get into a little later. So we do have 11 colleges and schools that host all the different majors that we talked about. So this kind of gives you a run through of some of those. Again, there's everything to choose from. Some of our top majors are international business, marine biology. We have the world's only underwater laboratory. So that's really cool. So whether you're a marine biology student or not, you can take scuba diving as an elective. So a lot of students do like to do that. Again, College of Medicine, College of Law, we do have an honors college, and transfer students are definitely welcome to participate in that if that's something you're interested in. Anything you can major in, you can also minor in. We do offer fully online courses. So you do not have to move to Miami to be an FIU student, but you're definitely always welcome. So admissions, the application is fully online, just admissions.fiu.edu. We accept up to 90 transfer credits, 60 lower division, so like your gen eds, and up to 30 upper division. So, anything directly into your major. There's a $30 application fee, or we do accept the NACAC fee waiver. What you need to apply besides that is just your official transcripts from all previous institutions that you attended. If you have 30 or more college credits completed, including English 1 and a college level math, then we do not need your high school information. So that's test scores or transcripts. We do encourage you to submit your high school transcripts just to satisfy the foreign language requirement, but again, it's not necessary for admission. If you have lower than 30 college credits completed, then we will need your high school transcripts and your SAT or ACT test scores. We do have on-campus housing. It is not a requirement, but these are just some of the options for upperclassmen. We also have off-campus housing that's right in the area, so that's definitely an option. And a lot of our students do live on campus, so that is not uncommon for transfer students or upper division students to live on campus. Student life is very vibrant. This is kind of like inside our atrium. So Florida International, a lot of people say, what's the International about? We do celebrate our diversity here at FIU. So every time a student comes from a different country, we will raise their flag in the atrium. So that's really cool, but there's a lot to get into. Again, clubs, organizations, Greek life. So if you're interested in fraternities and sororities, that's a thing that's huge here. Arts, we do have different museums, both on campus and all around Miami. And then different things to do, such as kayaking. We have a huge telescope in the middle of campus. So there's a lot to do at FIU. Tuition in-state is there, and out-of-state, those numbers are per year. About 50% of our students do graduate debt-free. So that kind of speaks to the amount of scholarship dollars that we give out, which is a lot. FIU.academicworks.com, that's listed there, is where that's our scholarship database. So all scholarships are there and students are able to filter through and kind of find something that fits for them. We do have a transfer merit scholarship specifically that covers 50% tuition fees and books for transfer students. You need at least a 3.8 GPA with that and an AA or 60 credits. Very important, FIU is very transfer friendly. We do have a separate website just for our transfer students and our own transfer center. So TTS, Transfer and Transition Services, their website is transfer.fiu.edu, but majority of our population is actually transfer students, so 70%. So we have about 9,000 transfer students on average each year. We are consistently on Phi Theta Kappa's transfer honor roll, so that's something big for us. And we do have transfer specific resources. So we have our own Transfer Honor Society on campus, a transfer ambassador program that links you with other transfer students, the TED, which is our transfer equivalency database. So you can kind of go through and see how your credits will transfer before actually coming over. It's a huge database. It's updated every time we get a transfer student from a different college or university. So you'll know what you're looking at before. And then the transfer guides, that's a guide for every major that gives you all the prerequisites that are necessary. So some have more than others. Nursing was mentioned, business. So you can go on there and see what you need in advance. And lastly, here's the contact information. Again, the admissions website, admissions.fiu.edu, our general phone number, the email if you have any questions. And then we are active on social media, so you can always follow FIU Transfer, FIU Instagram, and Join FIU, which is run by our tour guides. So you get to hear from current students. Any questions, feel free to put them in the chat. Thank you so much. Have a great evening.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing Florida International tonight. We're off to the next school. We're going to be hearing from Elon University, and as they're getting set up to get started, just a reminder, attendees, don't forget that Q&A button, and we've had more information placed in the chat, so we hope you're copying and pasting that for easy follow-up after. All right, on to Elon. Kevin, we've got your screen shared and I can see you, but I can't hear you yet. Ooh, hold on, let's try that again.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Sorry about that. Great to be with all of you. And my name is Kevin Knapp. I'm the Associate Dean of Admissions, and we're going to dive right in. So first of all, we're going to start with a map that you're all probably fairly familiar with, but Elon is located here in North Central North Carolina, not too far away from both Greensboro and the Raleigh-Durham area. Again, many of you are very familiar with this, but we have students that are coming from all over the US and all over the world. So for some of our visitors, this might be a little bit new. Speaking of our students, we are home to about 6,200 undergraduate students. So we self-describe ourselves as a medium-sized institution. But once again, you're going to meet friends and roommates from all over the country and from all over the world, representing about 46 different states and nearly 50 different countries. When it comes to our academic programs, Elon offers over 70 different programs, including majors and minors, and those are housed in our 4 or 5 different schools. So our programs live in either our School of Business, School of Education, School of Communications, and our Elon College, which is the College of Arts and Sciences. Actually new to this list is our nursing program, which is just starting this last year. So we're very excited to be adding a 5th to this list here, starting in the fall of 2021. All right, so as you think about Elon, maybe think about what makes Elon a distinct or a unique institution. There's a few things that come to mind for us. A lot of those reside in the classroom experience that you're going to get. The first is our average class size of 20 students. And we love that number, but even more important is we actually put a cap in all of our classes at 33. So that's true of all of your classes, whether that's an intro course or a senior seminar class. 12:1 is roughly our student to faculty ratio, and faculty really want to be involved in the undergraduate student experience. As you can see, 100% of our classes are taught by faculty, which means that teaching assistants or graduate assistants are never teaching any of your classes. And then the last circle that I'll point out is experiential learning. And here at Elon, we certainly believe that the best way our students learn is through doing and getting their hands involved in real world experiences. So the 5 things that you see here in the screen are certainly not unique to Elon. In fact, I would assume most of the schools here tonight offer these experiences or similar experiences. But what does make Elon unique is that all of our students will complete at least 2 out of these 5 before they graduate, and that includes transfer students. So amazing programs in studying abroad, internships, undergraduate research, service learning or community service, and leadership opportunities. Here at Elon, there is a 2-year residency requirement, and transfer students enrolling with 12 hours or who have been out of high school less than 1 year are required to live on campus or in a university-sponsored housing. Additionally, we accept transfer students in both the spring semester and the fall semester, And we are normally able to house the majority of transfer students who are seeking to live on campus. But again, if you are over those 12 hours, you have a little bit of flexibility in where you live. When it comes to financial aid, there are a few great options for you, most notably a newer scholarship called our Transfer Engagement Scholarship that requires at least a 3.0 GPA and at least 24 semester hours. When it comes to our application dates, we are a rolling admissions process. So these are very flex and loose dates for us. But for the fall semester, we'd love to have everything in by July 15th, and everything meaning your college transcript, your final high school transcript, a student conduct form, and then the application itself, which can be found on the Common App or on our website. And then for those seeking admission for spring of 2022 or in another year, December 1st is the kind of a good, at least benchmark. Again, both these dates are somewhat flexible. All right, so when it comes to reading your application, we're really looking at a few major components. First, we're looking at least 12 transferable credit hours. So for some students, that might be only one semester's worth. So if that's you, if you are in your very first college semester this fall, looking to transfer in the spring, we'd love to still consider you for spring of 2022. In fact, our spring semester begins in February, so you have a little bit more time to get everything processed, turned around, and get you enrolled. One full-time semester completed, and then at least a 2.7 college GPA. Mentioned this earlier, but looking at college transcripts from anywhere that you've attended, some of our transfer students have attended multiple colleges. Your final high school transcript, and then a student conduct form completed by the Dean of Student Life or the Dean of Student Services at any college that you attended. Really, again, focusing more on any behavioral or conduct issues. All right, so a few really important things to end on. The first would be, if you have a question about what transfers, Elon is very generous when it comes to transfer credits. We have a transfer course equivalency, and this is a really helpful guide. If you don't see your individual college or other classes you've taken, just reach out to us. It's very likely that they still will transfer, but may have not been added yet to this equivalency page. You'll see that is not my name at the bottom. In fact, I'm filling in for one of my friends, James Thurnis, who's out on paternity leave right now. He is our Director of Transfer and Special Admissions. I will leave my contact information here in the chat while he is out. I'm happy to take any and all questions or to meet with anyone one-on-one if you want to learn more about Elon or learn more about the transfer process. And then the other name you see on the screen is from our Academic Advising Office, Rebecca CACRAO. And I'd say it's another highlight of the Elon transfer experience is a lot of one-on-one personal attention when it comes to advising and helping you pick your classes and figuring out what you want to do once you're here at Elon as a transfer student. So a lot of student support in a lot of great areas. So that's all for me. Love to take any more of your questions via chat, and hope to hear from many of you even after tonight as well. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for presenting on Elon. All right, this is a 6x6. We are off to school number 6. We are going to be learning next about Western Governors University, NC.
Okay, let's get started. There we go.
Yes,
Perfect.
it all works, Tanita. There, yeah.
My name is Tanita Fillion-Rogers, and I am the Strategic Partnership Manager at Western Governors University. We were created in 1997 by 19 U.S. governors who wanted to expand the education for working, busy adults. We are 100% online. We are competency-based. We are accredited, and we are a nonprofit online university. We have bachelor's and master's degrees in 4 colleges: health professions, business, IT, and teaching. These are the programs that we have in the College of Health Professions, both the master's and the bachelor's degrees. Also, we have College of Business, and these are the programs that we have in the College of Business. As you see here, we have Bachelor's of Science with Business Administration with a concentration in business or a concentration in healthcare management and so forth. So that's how you read that. And I failed to mention that all of our programs are accredited within that particular college. So for example, the School College of Business is also accredited with the ACBSB. That's a special accreditation for schools of business. So all of our programs are like that. So here are a list of programs that are in our IT. And here again, we have Microsoft IT Academy, as well as we've been recognized with other type of accreditations. Okay, we have Teachers College. Here the pre-licensure Teachers College here, both bachelor's and master's degrees. And I know I'm speaking very fast, but I only have a certain amount of time. So you can go back and look at this, but these are all the programs that we have here. And you can see that we are CAPE accredited, as well as we've been recognized by other accreditation bodies for the pre-licensure degree. And then here is the post-licensure degree for our teaching college. Both our master's and bachelor's degrees. Okay, and as I mentioned before, we are accredited by Northwestern Commission on Colleges and Universities. That is just like SACS, which is here in North Carolina. Our home campus is in Utah, but our accreditation is the same in terms of having a regional accreditation. And as I mentioned, these are the specific accreditations per colleges, as well as the recognitions that we have received for our programs. Okay, currently we have over 130,000 students enrolled at Western Governors University. 74% of them have full-time jobs, and 94% of our students are 25 years or older. We are a university of non-traditional students. Students that come here usually must have transfer credit. We do not accept any first-time freshman type of students. All of our students have some type of credit. All right, so like I mentioned, we are competency-based, and I want to share this video with you right now.
Hi, I'm Cindy.
I'm Aaron.
And I'm Sam.
We're all students at WGU, and one thing that makes WGU different is competency-based learning. What is competency-based learning?
Let's start by defining competency. It's knowledge, a skill, or an ability I'm expected to master to advance in my degree program.
At WGU, each course I take has a required set of competencies. These competencies are defined in collaboration with industry leaders and other academic institutions. This helps ensure that when I graduate, I'll be well prepared for a job in my field.
Here's how it works. I'm enrolled in a master's degree program in nursing at WGU. I've been a nurse for 15 years. I have a lot of hard-earned knowledge and experience, and WGU lets me take advantage of that. When I started the nursing theory course, I found I already knew some of the material, so I reviewed the rest of the content and then passed the assessment. And now I can move on to subjects I still need to learn. WGU's Prove It mentality means I don't have to spend time or money relearning material I've already mastered. The skills and knowledge from on-the-job training I've received help me get through my courses. But for subjects that are new to me, there are plenty of resources and course materials, so I can spend more time on things I'm not as familiar with.
I work in IT, and I'm enrolled in WGU's College of Information Technology, and I'm earning my degree in network administration. A while back, I took some college classes in computer science, but I didn't finish my degree. I know I need a degree to move ahead in my field, and that's why I enrolled at WGU. Because of my work experience and previous education, I've been able to move through some course material quickly. And while I'm at it, I'm earning some valuable industry certifications as part of my degree program.
WGU also has fantastic resources to support me when I need to learn competencies that I don't already have. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in marketing. I've been able to apply my previous education and experience to accelerate in some areas, but I found my accounting course challenging. So I dove into the learning resources, videos, flashcards, simulations, quizzes, texts, and more. And my faculty mentor was there every step of the way to make sure I made it through the course on schedule.
At WGU, I demonstrate what I've learned in two ways: objective assessments and performance assessments. Objective assessments are tests that are proctored and timed. They can be multiple choice or fill in the blank. Performance assessments take the form of presentations, papers, and projects that I turn into evaluators who assess my skill and knowledge level. Each of these assessments is designed to let me demonstrate what I know. Once I pass the assessment, I can move on to the next subject.
The courses and assessments at WGU aren't easy. They're rigorous and challenging, and each of us is expected to learn what we need to know and show what we know to advance.
If I can spend more time on my studies, I can accelerate and finish my degree faster, and that will save me both time.
Okay, I see Jennifer
Yes.
down there, so I didn't realize.
Yes, time just flies. So Tanita, we've reached.
I'm sorry. So we have a PTK scholarship. We also do
We-
Raise Me, and then here's my contact information.
Yes, we need that contact info.
Okay, there we go. Please take a picture of my contact information. Get more information by going to that www.
Awesome.
Estrella at the end. So I do apologize. I timed it.
Thank
I
you
thought I timed it just right, but I
The
apologize.
6 minutes just flies. It flies by. So I know everyone has so much more to share than we have time for. So remember, attendees and those watching at home, you got to head to the websites. You have to follow up with these admissions counselors afterwards. All right. Well, we've reached the end of our formal part, but we have time for one live Q&A question. I want to make sure all of our representatives have a chance to they've been putting their info in the chat. I want to make sure attendees can get that. So if I could have one representative from each school come back on camera together. I would love to hear from each of you. We're going to go in the exact same order that you presented. So Brian, thanks for starting us off again. And then as the person ahead of you finishes, feel free to just turn on your microphone and answer. I won't call on you all individually during this segment, but I would love to know from you one of your top quick tips, a piece of advice you would give someone going through the transfer process. So Brian, can you get us started?
Thank you so much for that opportunity to get everything started here. And so for us, I think, and just in general, I would say ask questions. If you have a question about a process or if something doesn't seem right, ask. That's what we're there for. 9 times out of 10, I promise you, we've probably heard the question before, and we're happy to help you out. So my piece of advice would be to always ask. It's a great tool in life, and it's going to get you a long way.
All right. Methodist, you're up next. AJ?
All right. My piece of advice would just be kind of do your due diligence and your research. There's a ton of options out there as far as higher education. So every university is slightly different. They all have their strengths and weaknesses. So kind of do your research and don't compromise on things that are important to you, and make sure you make that right choice.
I'm going to say probably like AJ, do your due diligence, but when you do that, think about your lifestyle, think about what's going on in your world, and think about what's going to impact your ability to do your studying, to make the grades that you want to make, and still still have the family, the work, and everything else that you're going through. So, take your time and figure out what you want.
I would say check the transfer credit policy for wherever you're looking to attend, because a lot of institutions vary vastly with this piece. So check how many credits are accepted, if there's any database that are available for you to check in advance before you have to submit a deposit or anything. Definitely utilize those. So like everyone was saying, do your due diligence to really understand what's going to be accepted and what you're looking at to graduate.
And I would say, I know that your schedules are probably even tougher sometimes than they were in high school. So if you are able to visit colleges, and we hope that you can, make sure that you're making the most of that visit. Ask the colleges to maybe even speak to another transfer student who has transferred recently to get their perspective, and really make the most out of that visit, because again, your time is limited and you might not be able to visit as many schools as you visited when you were a high school senior.
I echo what everyone said. Also, I think you should look at the tuition. How much does it cost to, at the end of the day, once you get that degree, how much in debt will you be? Look at the tuition costs, look at the loans or the scholarships that you can receive. Also, like you said, look at like the lady from FIU say, look at and see if they have pathways. So look at what courses you have left, how long it's going to take. Also, if you're a non-traditional student, what kind of learner are you? Are you an online student? Are you a face-to-face student? Do you want to have a large campus versus a small campus? Do you care about a football team? You know, those types of things really speak to the type of student you are, as well as how you would be successful. Because some of our universities here, you may be one of 300 in a class. You may be, you know, so or you may be one of, 30 in a class or what have you. So you really need to know what kind of student you are. Where do you feel comfortable? Don't just look at what you see on TV, okay? Really kind of say, okay, as a student, I know I have to work. I have children. I want a program that's going to work with me by me working, by me having children or what have you. So really do your due diligence like that. And I think you'll be successful. That'll help you make a decision and no headaches in the background.
I always love this question because I hope for everyone who's watching, as you hear the different representatives answering, you see so many heads nodding. And so it's really telling you this is real advice that is helpful, that's beneficial, and can help you. And this is such a great range of schools and options in our session, which I hope opens up the possibilities to really explore and think about where a good fit for you will be in the next step of your college adventure. So thank you to all of our panelists for being here, representing facts and figures, but also the passion, the excitement, the energy you have for your students' experiences in and out of the classroom and the impact that your campus community will have on their life post-graduation, of course. And thank you to everyone who watched, whether it was live or watching the video. We hope this is just giving you that sneak peek to help open up these options for you going forward. And you will follow up and ask questions. If nothing else, to take away, college admission counselors love questions, and these are real people reading applications who want to help you through your journey and your process, especially as a transfer student. Now the logistics. When you close your window, there's a link to a 5-question survey. We'd appreciate any feedback you can provide. Don't forget, we have one more round of programming this evening. So we hope you'll head to the website strivescan.com/Carolinas to sign up and join us. And all of these sessions are being recorded. So don't forget to check back in the coming days to watch this again or to check out more schools. Thanks again, everyone, for being here tonight, and best wishes in your college search and decision journey.